Alright, hey guys, so if you don't know already, I actually left my 9 to 5 about a month and a half ago to tackle a couple of issues that really kept me up at night, and they're hunger and food waste. It just made no sense to me that they should coexist and made me wonder, like, why can't they be the answer to each other? I've been digging deeper and doing research and working with nonprofits here and there, but I want to share a little bit more on how you can be more involved. So yeah, here I'll just share. Here you go. It's no question that we love food. We rave about restaurants on Yelp. We don't let our friends take a bite till we get that perfect Instagram shot. We got our farmers markets, our Whole Foods, our Costco's. But this also fuels one of the dumbest problems that we have. Almost 40% of food that we make in the US goes uneaten. 40%. Due to things like surplus orders, arbitrary expiration dates, failing to meet a cosmetic standard, and some just cause they're leftovers. We throw away 133 billion pounds of it each year. That's enough to fill 730 football stadiums. We as consumers expect things to always be available, whether it's at a grocery store, a convenience store, or a restaurant. So businesses just have to have more than less. Because of it though, we end up with a lot of trash. But what if we could redirect these foods to those that need it instead? In Dallas, there's an estimate of 477,000 residents who don't know where their next meal is coming from. It's the second highest concentration of poverty in Texas. We also have the second highest child poverty rate in the country. For the past couple of years, I've worked with nonprofits in Dallas that are rescuing truckloads of food, and they're giving it directly to people, families, churches, and shelters around the Metroplex that need it. I mean, things like zucchini, bread, tomatoes, chips, chocolate, you name it. But one area that hasn't been dealt with on a larger scale are places like restaurants, cafes, and other businesses. A single restaurant can produce approximately 25 to 75,000 pounds of food waste in 1 year. Just 4 years ago, Dallas recorded almost 14,000 restaurants in the Metroplex. That means we're wasting a minimum of 350 million pounds of food. That's enough to fill up the entire AT&T Stadium twice. But what if instead of tossing all this food in the trash, we get them to people who need it? A lot of people are concerned about liability issues if their restaurant or company donates food, and I actually thought that too. But I found out in the history of businesses donating food in good faith, there have been 0 lawsuits. A bill was passed back in '96 to encourage more food donations, so it's a legally protected process. This is where Rescuing Leftover Cuisine comes in. RLC is a nonprofit who's using the power of tech through a web application to connect donors and recipients. They use a network of local volunteers who drive and walk in different cities across the US to rescue food from all sorts of businesses. To this day, they've rescued over 2 million pounds. They've donated food to shelters, ministries, and other nonprofits that are helping people get jobs, and even schools so that children have something to eat over the weekend. And they're not just helping fill stomachs. When we prevent food from getting trashed, we're saving energy, water, labor, and packaging that went into making that food. We emit less methane gas that comes from the billions of pounds of food rotting in those landfills, so rescuing this food means our climate benefits too. RLC doesn't want to put a band-aid over this issue either. They're trying to help prevent it. They provide monthly reports to their partners so businesses can improve their purchasing patterns and produce less waste, even if that means less donations for RLC. So I'm bringing RLC to Dallas, but I'm calling out to the community to help me raise $6,000 to help fund the branch. This will help support the Dallas branch with transportation equipment, packaging, technology costs, and assist future volunteers with food rescues for a whole year. And the more we raise, the longer the branch can keep running. I've already talked with shelters and agencies who would love to use this food, so we just need to make it happen. I'm looking for support from people who want to see change in the city. It costs only $20 to rescue about 250 pounds of food and to provide almost 200 meals for the hungry. Some of you might be able to provide more and some less, but whatever you give will be used to fight hunger and food waste. I'm realizing more and more each day that it's not one person or one organization who can solve for these problems. It's going to require innovative solutions from different people tackling it at different angles. And RLC is addressing a large gap in the system. Food is something that we all need. It nourishes us and it brings us together. So I'm asking you to join me. Let's take care of our community together. Let's take care of our city, our planet, and let's just take care of each other. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll talk to you soon.